Most Excel users reach for the filter tool or the filter function when they need to extract data. But what if you need to pull every third, fifth, or n record automatically? I'm Nabil Murad, and today I'm sharing a creative, dynamic method. I call it the Every Nth Trick for filtering records without using filters. It's pure Excel magic for pattern-based data. Let's dive in. In this worksheet, I have a list which shows a date, a region, and an amount. I want to extract every third record, or fourth record, or n record. I have a drop list in cell G2, and from this drop list, I can select the pattern that I want to extract. I'll keep it for 3, and conditional formatting highlights the record that need to be extracted. I already created a solution that doesn't use a filter and doesn't use a filter function. Let's explore this solution. These are the records that follow the pattern of every third record. And if I change and I make it 5, now these are the records that I want to extract. Let's understand the concept of the solution. I want to extract the row number for each record that needs to be extracted following the pattern that I specify in the drop list. So what if I create a rows function equal rows? I select the entire list, shift control down arrow, control backspace, I close the bracket, and then I hit enter. And these are the total number of rows we have. I will be using the rows function inside the sequence function. I put it in the edit mode F2, and then I type sequence. The rows function will represent the number of rows I want to return. But actually, I don't want the 79 rows. Then I'm going to divide the result of the rows function by the number I have in the drop list cell G2. I type a comma. The second argument of the sequence function, how many columns you want. I just want one column, then I'm going to skip this argument. I type another comma, and the start will be G2, comma, and the step will also be G2. When I close the bracket and then hit enter, I get the number of the records that need to be extracted. So what if I wrap my sequence function inside a choose rows function? It will be extracting the records I need. But let's create a professional report. In this worksheet, I have the same exact list, and I'll be creating a let function in cell I1. I expand the formula bar, Ctrl-Shift-U, and I start typing my let function equal let. The let function allows me to create variables and use these variables inside the let function. So the first variable will be storing the header. I will name it A. So A, comma, and I select the headers from A1 to C1. I type a comma, and then I hit Alt-Enter to move to the next line. My second variable will be named B, and B will be storing all the records. So I select the top record, shift control down arrow, control backspace. I type a comma, I hit Alt-Enter, and my next variable will be named C. I type a comma, and C will be storing my selection from the drop list, then C will be equal to cell G2. I type a comma, and then I hit Alt-Enter. My next variable will be variable D. I type a comma, and this one will be storing the sequence and the rows function to return the row number of the records we want to extract. Then I type sequence of rows, rows of my list that I named B. I close the bracket and I divide by my selection from the drop list, which is the variable C, and then comma. That was the first argument of the sequence function. For the second argument, I skip it by typing another comma. The start will be the number returned by the drop list, which is C, comma, and the step will be C as well, the number returned from the drop list. I type a comma, and then I hit Alt-Enter. My next variable will be E, and this one will be a choose rows function that will look at the list, the variable B, and extract all the records returned by the variable D. Then I type choose rows. My array will be the variable B, and the row number will be the variable D. I close the bracket for the choose rows. I type a comma, and then Alt-Enter, And my last function will be the vStack function that will put the header on top of the returned records. Then I type vStack, my variable A, that's the header. I then type a comma, and then I want my variable E. I close the bracket for the vStack. I close the bracket for the let function. When I hit enter, these are the records we are looking for. Let's test by changing our selection from the drop list. If I select 6, these are the records we want. Conditional formatting highlights the records. And if I select 4, these are the records we need. If you found value in this tutorial, give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to my channel to be notified when new tutorials are released. The best is yet to come. Thanks for watching and see you next time.